Hello everyone, my name is Miene, and I'd like to start with the introduction of Hector Monsegur. Hector Monsegur is a 31-year-old computer hacker. He grew up in the projects of New York, and after his aunt was sent to prison, raised his two little cousins. Hector was on the rich side, and the computer he used to commit his acts was old, worn down, and was in fact missing a few keys. Though he was quite intelligent in the hacking world, he did not graduate from high school. In the beginning of his process, he started with stealing credit card information to help pay bills, or he would sell the numbers. He was a top hacker of the biggest online group named Anonymous, where members hack into companies and government computer systems. In the online world, he went by the name Sabu. Sabu described himself online as being like a pit bull wanting to own, meaning that he wanted to take over other people's computers and identities. With such talent of hacking, he became the founder of his own organization, which is a Black Hat computer hacker group. As a result of PayPal and other credit card companies suspending their services to the group Anonymous, Hector and 4,500 hackers all teamed up for some payback. They activated a simple program that sent packaging requests to PayPal's website with the hopes of overloading their servers. However, this attack was not exactly a great success, but it provided Hector with much inspiration. Within the next 6 months, he became one of the most notorious hackers in the world. He led hacker actions against some very powerful entities, such as multinational companies and governments. His work with Anonymous and his own organization was short-lived. However, as within a few years of his professional hacking career, he was arrested on June 7, 2011. Hector pled guilty to the dozen charges that he faced, but he agreed to work with the FBI in exchange. This was a benefit for him as well as the FBI because he provided them with details leading to the arrest of other hackers. He was able to help the FBI arrest 8 of his main co-workers, including Jeremy Hammond, who was the FBI's #1 cyber criminal target at the time. For cooperating and helping bust other criminals and stop cyber attacks, Hector was given only 1 year of probation, including the time he had already served in prison. Ben will be giving you more information on the pros and cons of Hector's works. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ben Brantley, and as y'all just saw, Mimi gave y'all a short introduction. We're covering LulzSec and Hector Monsegur, who goes by the name Sabu on the internet, and he's obviously the leader of the LulzSec group. It's a hacktivist group that was formed back in May of 2011, and I'm about to dig right into the pros and the cons. Okay, so after you hear about LulzSec and all the awful things they did, it's really easy to see, or really to think about all the bad things associated with them, and really, though, there's a lot of positives that were created as a result of their actions. For one, think about it. The company may have hacked into lots of different websites, and it flooded many other websites, but they did expose many security risks for a lot of these websites. And in fact, this group sent messages on more than one occasion to leaders of various websites that was meant to inform them and tell them that their websites had vulnerabilities that needed to be fixed. And these attacks, they weren't intended to make a profit or anything. They were basically designed to send a message. LulzSec was a group meant to send a message. It could have been a group that profited very highly from all their hacking attempts, but they didn't take that route. And in addition, after Monsegur had partnered with the FBI, he was able to assist the FBI in catching 8 of the other members of the LulzSec group. And as a matter of fact, one of them, Jeremy Hammond, was actually the FBI's #1 most wanted cyber criminal. And on top of this, Monsegur helped to prevent over 300 attacks on different government websites. And finally, Monsegur was given only 1 year of probation for all of his hard work with the FBI, meaning that he himself was able to continue taking care of his 2 foster nieces. Okay, now here we go. The negatives. Okay, during the 2 months that Lulsec was committing hacks before Monsegur was arrested, there were many different websites that were compromised by the group. Some of the more notable websites were PBS, Fox.com, PayPal.com, Sony's PlayStation Network was affected, CIA.gov, and Senate.gov. The PBS, Fox.com, and PayPal attacks were more on the minor side. They didn't really have any major effects other than, something simple that was meant to send a message. And however, though, the Sony attack on the PlayStation Network, it really did a lot of damage to the company. It compromised tons and tons of data from Sony. I think it was like 24.6 million user accounts had information that was stolen. And as a result of this, the PlayStation Network had to shut down for, I believe it was like 10 or 11 days, which you gotta think that's just money being lost for a company. Now as for the government attacks, the CIA attack was a DDoS attack, which took the website offline, but it only lasted for a couple hours, so it wasn't really a huge deal. And now the Senate.gov attack, it resulted in the release of many emails and passwords from many of the users on that website, which is obviously the website used by the Senates of the U.S. And these attacks, they may have been meant to send a message, but you got to think they still were highly illegal and of course wrong. Shouldn't have been done. And as a result of these actions, most of the main members of Lulsec are now facing the consequences, with punishments which include prison time for some of the more awful members. And it was a group that started out as simply a way to send a message to the government and corporations and really just America. But as we see, it ended badly for most associated with the Lulsec group, except for, of course, Hector Monsegur, who actually didn't really come out too bad. He had a year of probation and served, I believe, 7 months in prison, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, this has been a very neat guy and group to research in general.